In the ever-turbulent waters of the NFC North, the Chicago Bears are at a crossroads question surrounding the roster. Potential moves and improvements swirl like the brisk Chicago wind. While fans are still processing the latest gains, the prospect of a significant roster shakeup looms on the horizon, reigniting hopes and fears alike. What if this offseason heralds a game-changer for the Bears? One who could redefine their dynamic on the field and shift the balance in the division. Today, we're going to scrutinize a potential move that could transform the makeup of the Chicago Bears as they aim to bolster their competitive edge for next season. There's speculation buzzing about a versatile young talent who can fit into the Bears system seamlessly, someone who could add a new dimension to their offense while handing the defense a potent weapon. Imagine a player with experience stretching across multiple receiving roles, a knack for making big plays, and the kind of game-changing speed that can flip the script on third downs. As we dive deeper into this exploring narrative, let's reflect on the Bears' storied input on player development within the league. From heartbreaking near misses to legendary trades that have defined eras, the Bears have always had to navigate the murky waters of rivalry and roster building. But are the brass at Hollis Hall prepared to take bold risks to transform this franchise's trajectory? How might this potential acquisition impact their game plan, especially against familiar foes like the Packers or Vikings? Stick with us because in just a bit, we'll break down the specifics of this potential fit, how he'd slot into the depth chart, the ramifications of his contractual situation, and exactly what it could mean for the Bears' relationships with divisional rivals. There's a lot at stake, and the season is still in full swing. So, what will the front office do when the clock strikes the offseason? Could this player be that vital piece that changes everything for the Bears? This is Bears News Fan Report. If you live and breathe Bears football, you need to subscribe, hit the bell, and drop your take below. With the NFC North playing out in front of our eyes, from the historic rumbles at Soldier Field to the tension-filled matchups with rivals, every second counts in shaping where this organization is headed. Now, let's add some context around this intriguing potential acquisition, one that's been on the radar for the Bears and makes a lot of sense tactically. Imagine an athlete who can seamlessly execute plays crucial for pushing the ball down the field, especially in critical third and long scenarios. With defenses aiming to clamp down on the Bears' offensive game plan, securing a player who can stretch the field effectively adds another layer of threat. Consider, too, his contract situation and how it might play into the Bears' cap strategy. This player not only offers depth and skill, but comes with some contractual control, which gives the front office breathing room as they navigate the financial components of roster building. It's a delicate dance in the NFL, but if this move delivers what it promises, it could be a boon for the Bears. If we throw in the fact that he's been generating buzz throughout the league, think of the rival teams watching closely, adjusting their own strategies. The Bears seem to be eyeing up their opponents with everything on the line, especially as they look to solidify their standing within the NFC North. We might just catch a glimpse of the Bears positioning themselves for a bigger push next season. Now, before we dive into the specifics, let's keep those possibilities close to our chest for a moment. There's a distinct chance that this player who's been racking up commendable stats and highlights could easily flourish under the Bears system, filling gaps that have existed too long. With his recent performances hinting at elevated playmaking ability, he's likely to stir up attention from not only the Bears, but also from many teams across the league. And yes, we know some of you are probably asking, what happens if other teams become interested? What if they decide to make a move for him themselves? The Bears need to move quickly if they want to capitalize on this opportunity, especially given the stakes of the NFC North and the fierce competitions ahead. So without delay, we need to put the cards on the table. Let's reveal the name of this young man whose potential move stirred excitement in Bears Nation. We're talking about Jordan Tyson, the talented wide receiver from Arizona State, who not only brings dynamic versatility, but also has the ability to complement the current roster in a significant way. As the rumors currently stand, the Bears are considering securing Tyson, a prospect who could potentially turn things around in their favor if the right deal goes through. But keep in mind, this is still just a rumor. Until it officially lands, we're left to consider the ramifications of such a move. What does it mean for the Bears' current receivers? How would Tyson slot into the rotation alongside existing talents? His talent could elevate the offense, create more scoring opportunities, and perhaps lighten the load on playmakers. If this acquisition goes down, it could herald a new era for Bears football. So, what happens next? As other teams circle this prospect, will the Bears refract the pressure, or might they rise above and seize the moment? With conversations intensifying and stakes rising across the league, what scenarios could unfold that would change everything for our beloved Bears? Keep those questions brewing, because this story's not done just yet. Bears fans, the icy lakefront wind bites harder tonight because rumors are swirling that the Chicago Bears are orchestrating a potential game-changing acquisition, one that could flip the entire narrative of this franchise right on its head. If you bleed Chicago blue, subscribe now. We ride this storm together. There's a palpable tension in the air, and with each passing hour, the stakes keep rising. Imagine this. The Bears make a move that not only adds a dynamic weapon in Jordan Tyson, but also sends shockwaves across the NFC North. What happens to our rivals? Could the Packers and Vikings be revamping their strategies as they watch from the shadows, knowing the Bears might just be loading up with firepower? The last thing we want is to give our competitors an opportunity to shift the balance in their favor while the Bears are sitting on the sideline. If Tyson slips through our fingers because of a last-minute maneuver from a rival, the fallout could fracture locker room morale, amplifying the tension that already simmers in Hollis Hall. There's a voice echoing from the past as memories of the '85 Bears surface. That legendary team thrived on bold moves, fueled by deep talent and a relentless drive. But is this current front office ready to take that kind of risk? The whispers are flying fast. Tyson is drawing interest from multiple franchises. With each rumor, there's a gnawing fear that another team could swoop in, swiping this talent right out from under the Bears. What if the Giants pull the trigger and secure him right on their home turf? How would that impact our draft strategy? The Bears desperately need to add that electric playmaker who can stretch the field and late season. Hustle that could reinvigorate the offense. The clock is ticking. The tension builds as we stare down the barrel of the offseason. The anticipation carries a weight that's almost tangible. The kind of weight that's felt on game day at Soldier Field, where the roar of the crowd and the crunch of cleats on the turf electrify the very fibers of our souls as fans. And let's not forget what happened in 2010 when the Bears maneuvered for a big acquisition. The entire trajectory of that franchise was altered. Are we on the verge of witnessing a series of pivotal moves that could forge a new legacy or drive us further into the abyss of mediocrity? The possibilities are dizzying. Add Tyson, reshape the roster, stabilize our already shaky division standing, and who knows what could unfold. But what if there's a risk in the gamble? What if acquiring Tyson means sacrificing another beloved asset, causing internal strife that fractures the spirit of the team? With every moment, the winds of change are growing more relentless, whispering stories of electrifying touchdowns, explosive rivalry clashes, and the thrill of new beginnings. One can almost taste the tailgate smoke wafting through the air, envisioning a revitalized Chicago team truly ready to contend for supremacy. As the draft prepares to unfold, are we ready to see the future of this franchise hanging in the balance? Will we witness a shift toward glory, much like we felt in that glorious run to the Super Bowl in 2006? Or will the uncertainty doom us to repeat our past mistakes? The decisions unfolding behind the scenes are critical, as they could define the next decade of Bears football. As we draw closer to this potential acquisition, the stakes couldn't be higher. The fervor of speculation is here. It's time for fans to ponder deeply. Would you pull the trigger knowing it could redefine the legacy of the Chicago Bears for generations to come? This is not just about Jordan Tyson. It's about how far the organization is willing to go. This is Bears News Fan Report. Stay tuned for what's next and let the intensity of this moment carry you as we navigate the uncertain waters ahead, passionately rooting for our team to rise above the fray, wielding a winning hand when it matters most in the fierce chess game of the NFL.